What's up, Facebook and YouTube? This is your boy, the Metal Gamer, Alex Montalvo Gaming 101, and I'm back with another video. I'm testing my uh, Turtle Beach Seal, something like that. 400. I can use this on my phone. I'm using it now with the Galaxy S8. Um, and I can use it over there if I turn around um, with my PC, which is right there, with my PlayStation 4 that is right there. Um, but let's go directly to what I want to talk about. Like you seen the title, Microsoft and Sony are feeling out what Nintendo fans are been feeling for the past years. And in this case, I'm going to talk more about Microsoft than what I'm going to talk about Sony. There's a news that Destiny 2 it's coming to PlayStation 4, and apparently on the PlayStation 4 Pro we have the 4K package, but Bungie is not talking nothing yet about give the same package to the Xbox One. Right now, everything's all about the PlayStation 4 franchise and oh, not franchise, sorry, console. Giving the package and the 4K resolution to the PlayStation 4 Pro. And there's another news. The Phil Spencer is talking about the reason why the PlayStation 4, or not the PlayStation 4, sorry, the Xbox One is uh, not getting full potential. And he said that it's because the PlayStation 4 Pro is holding back the Xbox One, meaning that because the PlayStation 4 Pro cannot do what the Xbox One X can do, developers need to have that in mind and create games based on the specs of the PlayStation 4 and not over the PlayStation 4 because it's not um, the owners of the PlayStation 4 Pro cannot enjoy um, the games because the Scorpio or the Xbox One X it's more powerful. People say way powerful. It's not way powerful. It's just more powerful. Have two extra teraflops and have over 4 gigs of RAM more because one is 9, the other one is 12. Not one is 8, the other one is 12. Um, and 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 that is completely true. But this is when my mind as a gamer come in, and when I start to talk about the hypocrisy of not only the fans of this company, but also developers. Um, right now, they're making these games, and they're making this game thinking that the PlayStation 4 Pro cannot manage what the Xbox One X can. So they are making the game make sure they run good on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and then transfer that game to the Xbox One X, and don't utilize the extra power of the X because if not, the Pro will not manage the game. And this is what is happening with Nintendo since the Wii U era. Okay, and I'm gonna explain you more. Now, Microsoft fans are complaining and saying, "Oh, you can see the real true colors of um, Sony and Bungie. Oh, they are screwing us over because it's not Microsoft's fault that Sony system cannot handle this and da 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 da." Da." But this is what happened to Nintendo when the Wii U was out. When the Wii U was out, the Wii U have double the memory of an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3. It have a graphic card that was like 3 times more powerful than the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, and have a CPU that it was a 3-core CPU, not a 4-core quad-core CPU. It was better than one the Xbox 360, and not too much with the PlayStation because the PlayStation have the sale, but it was easy to program for it because it was based on Power PC, which the Xbox 360 was based on Power PC. So every game that you can program on the PlayStation and the Xbox 360, it was easier to transfer to the Wii U. But what happened? They don't use the power of the Wii U because they don't want to leave behind the people who have the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, and start to make poor ports that was showing that the Wii U cannot handle, and even use the excuse that the system was weak to don't make the games. Because how you gonna tell me that a game like Destiny can run on the Xbox 360 but not on the Wii U when the Wii U have double the RAM, a better GPU, and a CPU that was almost identical at the Xbox 360 one, and also have the same the architecture of the, basically the Wii U was a copy, a modified copy version of the Xbox 360 architecture. But these games managed to go to the Xbox 360, but none of them managed to come to the Wii U. The same happened with Need for Speed. The same happened with Madden. All these games with these new engines, Force Byte, Unreal Engine 3, what is the other one, Assassin's Creed, all these games that was running on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 can be done on the Wii U, but they don't did none of them, and don't even, and the ones that they poured so bad that it was ridiculous. And this is what happening now to Microsoft and the Xbox One. And what is happening? Because of money. These developers are gonna go with the company that they are selling more. And in the case of the generation 6 or 7, I remember which one, which was the generation of the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, we are talking about 70 millions or 75 millions of Xbox 360 sold. They're not going to leave those persons behind just to utilize the power of the Wii U. So they decide to screw the Wii U owners because number one, they don't buy our games, like they buy Nintendo games, and number two is not our priority, and it's a system that is starting and doesn't have this installed base. Um, and they decide to don't do the game and then blame the system, or they decide to do a poor port. And this is what is happening now. We are talking about PlayStation 4, which have over 60 million units sold, versus Microsoft that barely is reaching 25, 30 millions now. The PlayStation 4 Pro, even though it's not selling like like the regular PlayStation 4, still have a few millions. I don't know how many, maybe I gotta check, but I would say that it overpassed the million, maybe 2 millions units sold already. Maybe it's reaching 5 millions. I don't know. Versus the Scorpion, the Xbox One X, which is just and it was just announced and it was just show on the E3. We don't know how it's gonna sell. We don't know um, if it's gonna be accepted by the community. So stop the whining. You need to understand it's a business, and they're gonna the same way that they did not uh, give their support 100% to the Wii U to don't leave the biggest crowd, which it was Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 behind. The same is happening right now. If the Xbox One X is a hit and it sell over 10 million units by the end of 1 year, you will see that they're going to start to do all the big things on the Xbox One X, and they will say, well, if you have a Pro, this is what you get, and that's it. So please, you just living now what Nintendo fans live with the Wii U era, and stop the whining. Okay, stop the whining. The system is not out yet, and you guys want already uh, people to forget about the other communities and just focus on a system that is not even out yet, and we don't even know if it's gonna sell good. This is Alex Montalvo Gaming 101. Bye.